Hello, nice to see you back here on my channel. Today is fairy tale time. So I want to read you today the fairy tale from the Three Little Pigs. I hope you enjoyed it or you will enjoy it. And yeah, so just let us start. Maybe some of you know the fairy tale, but I will just only read it for you. Once upon a time there was an old sow who had 3 little pigs, and as she had not enough for them to eat, she said to them, had better to go out into the world and seek the fortunes. One of the older pig went first, and as he trotted along the road he met carrying a bundle of straw. So he said very polite, "If you please, sir, could I give you me the straw to build me a house?" And the man, seeing good manners and the little pig, gave him the straw, and the little pig set on work and built a beautiful house for it. Now when it was finished, a wolf happened to pass away and saw the house, and he smelled the pig inside. So he knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But little pig saw the wolf and big paws clucking, and also answered back, "No, no, 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 by the hair of the chinny." Then the wolf showed the teeth and said, "Then he'll huff and he'll huff, I will blow off your house in." So they huffed and they puffed, and they blew the house in. Then he ate the little pig and went on his way. Now the next pig, when he started, met a man carrying a bundle of furs, and being polite, he said, "If you please, sir, could you give me that furs to build me a house?" Then the man, seeing the good manners and little pig have to give him the furs, so that the pig has to set up and work and build himself a beautiful house. Now it so happens, when the house was finished and the wolf passed that way, he saw the house and smelled the pig inside. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig peeped through the keyhole, and saw the wolf's great eyes, and he answered back, "No, no, no, by the hair of my chinny." So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I will huff and I will puff, and I will blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed, and he blew the house in. Then he ate the little pig and went on his way. Now the third little pig, when he started, to meet a man carrying a lot of bricks, and being very polite, he said, "If you please, sir, could me give those bricks to build me a house?" Then the man, seeing it, had been very brought up, and gave him the bricks. So little pig set up to work and built himself a very beautiful house. And once happened again, when it was finished, the wolf changed to come the way, and he saw the house and smelled the pig inside. He knocked at the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the pig peeped through the keyhole and saw the wolf's great eyes, and answered, "No, no, no, by the hair of my chinny." "Then I will huff and I will puff and blow your house in," says the wolf, and showing his teeth. Well, he puffed and he puffed. He puffed in and huffed. He puffed and huffed and huffed and puffed and puffed and huffed. But he could not blow the house down. At least he was one of the breed, and he couldn't huff and he couldn't puff any more. So he thought a bit. Then he said, "Little pig, I know there's never such a nice field trumps you." Do you? Says the little pig. And where will it be? I will show you, said the wolf, and I will be ready to 6 o'clock tomorrow in the morning. I will call around for you, and you can go together to Farm Smithfield and set the bliss for dinner. Thank you, kindly, says the pig. I will be ready at 6 o'clock. But you see, the little pig has not want to be taken in the scab, and hopped up at 5, trotted off to the farmer's field, rotted up the tumblings, and some home eating then for breakfast, and the whole clattered at the door and cried, little pig, are you ready? Ready, says the little pig. Why, what a sluggard you have been on the field, and come back again, and I haven't a nice potty for breakfast. Then the wolf grew red and raged, but he was not determined to eat the little pig, so he said, and he didn't care, I am glad you like them, but I cannot something better without trembling. Indeed, says the little pig, and what may be there? A nice apple tree down the merry gardens with the juiciest and sweetest apples on it. So if you will be ready to 5 o'clock in the morning, I will come around to you and you can get the apples together. Thank you, kindly, said the little pig. I will be sure and be ready at 5 o'clock. Now next morning he blasted up very early, and it wasn't 4 o'clock when he started to get in the apples. But you see, the wolf had been taken at once and wasn't going to be taken again, so he also started at 4 o'clock, and the little pig was just going in the basket full of apples when he saw the wolf coming down the road and licking his lips. Hello, says the wolf. There already, you are an early bird. There are nice apples. Very nice, says the little pig. I will throw you down to try. And here it says afar, and the wolf had going to pick up a little pig, was able to jump down with his basket and run home. Well, the wolf very, very angry, but he went next day to the little pig's house and called through the door at milk. Little pig, you are very clever. I should like to give you a fairing, so if you come with me to the fair this afternoon, you shall have one. Thank you, kindly, says little pig. What time shall we start? At 3 o'clock, says the wolf, so be sure to be ready. I will be ready before 3, sniggered the little pig. And he was. He started early in the morning and went to fair and rode in a swinging and enjoyed himself so much, and brought himself a butter chunk and a fairing, and trotted away towards home long before 3 o'clock. But just he was going to top on the hill, it shouldn't be see that the wolf was coming up and painting a red with range, where there was no place to hide in butter chunk. But he creeped into and just pulling down the cover and choked and rolled down the hill. Bumpy, bumpy, bump. Of course, pig inside began to squeal, and the wolf heard the noise and saw the butter chunk rolling down on the top of it. Bumpy, bump, bump. There was he frightened, so he turned tail and ran away. But he was still determined to get a little pig for this dinner. So he went next day to the house and told the little pig how sorry he was not to have been able to keep his promise to go to the fair, because there was a way awful, dreadful, terrible thing that had rushed at him, making a fairing noise. Dear me, Tater, says the little pig. That was that must have been me. I hid inside the butter chunk when I saw you coming, and I'm starting rolling. I'm sorry to frightening you." But this was too much. The wolf danced about the ring and swore he would come down the chimney and eat up the little pig for his supper. But while he was climbing on the roof, the little pig made up a blazing, and the wolf was coming down the chimney. The little pig of him told him, and plump, it fell from the wolf into the chattering water. So the little pig put up the cover again, boiled the wolf up, and ate him for supper. So this was a fairy tale from the Three Little Pigs. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, or if you have a special wish for a fairy tale, just give me a note in the comments. I hope that you enjoyed it, and hope to see you soon here back on my channel. Have a great day. See you. Bye bye.